Welcome to day 2 of this 30-day challenge. Please subscribe below. Please remember to always listen to your body and take breaks whenever necessary. Let's get started. Let's get started in tabletop pose, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your knees over your hips. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, and gaze up. Exhale, round the spine and tuck the chin towards the chest. Continue moving with the breath, finding breath per movement for about 1 minute. Inhale, lengthen the front of your body, and exhale, create space between the shoulder blades. Continuing to connect through the breath. Finding a few more cycles here. Now tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out your feet, bending one knee at a time to stretch through the backs of the legs. Move the hips from side to side, staying here in your downward facing dog for a few breaths. Pressing into your palms and feel your hips reach high, lengthening through the spine. Breathe. Walk your feet in towards the front of the mat. And let's move through a few rounds of sun salutation A, reaching the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank pose position. Lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, back bend into cobra pose. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, finding downward facing dog. Let's flow through sun salutation A 2 more times, connecting the breath to the movement. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk all the way up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back into your plank pose. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, opening up the chest, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale down into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or jump all the way up. Inhale, flat back, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. One more time, we'll flow through that. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step into your plank pose. Lower slowly down towards the ground. Inhale, cobra pose as you opening up the chest. And exhale, shift the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Now we'll make our way into sun salutation B to really warm up the body. Making your way into mountain pose, lift the heels, bend the knees, step all the way up into your chair pose, bending the knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale into your downward facing dog. From here, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Reach the arms up overhead. Breathe. And on your exhale, forward fold all the way down towards the ground, stepping back into your plank pose and shift back into your downward facing dog. Left leg steps in between the hands. Spin on the back foot, reach the arms up overhead. Sink into the knife's edge of your back foot. Breathe here. And exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. Find your plank pose and shift back into your downward facing dog. Next, step your right foot forward into a high lunge, bringing your hands to the inside of your right foot for lizard pose. Lowering your back knee if you need to, and stay in your lizard pose for a few cycles of breath. Breathe deeply and feel the stretch through the hip flexors. And don't forget to breathe. Allowing yourself to stay here, sinking into the pose. Breathing as you sink deeper. And gently make your way back into your downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward and bring both your hands to the inside of the left foot for lizard pose on the left side. Breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in the hips and the hip flexors. Allow the body to sink deeper into the pose. And you can come onto your forearms if that feels good, or stay high up on your palms. And shift back into downward facing dog when you're ready. Now walk your hands back towards your feet and come to standing in a wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita. Let your head and neck relax as you fold forward, grabbing elbow to elbow as you sway from side to side, holding this pose for about a minute, feeling the stretch along the backs of your legs. Breathing here as you fold forward. Walk the hands over to the right ankle to get a deeper stretch in the back of the left leg. Sinking into the pose, move over to the opposite leg, grabbing the left ankle, breathing through the back of the left leg. And we'll make our way back to center, finding our Malasana squat pose. Feet are wider than hip distance apart. Toes pointing out, heels pointing in. Pressing the elbows into the knees as you find length in the spine. Breathe here. And if you find this pose is too intense for you, you can always sit up tall on a block or a bolster and breathe deeply to release into the sensation of the pose. And just allow yourself to be here in this moment, getting a nice stretch in the hips. Keep connecting to the present moment. And then gently make your way into a seat, finding our Baddha Konasana pose, allowing the knees to fall open as you sit up tall through the spine. You can hold on to your feet and gently press your elbows into your thighs for a deeper stretch. Stay here for a few breaths as you continue to lengthen through the spine on your inhales and fold a little deeper with every exhale. Continuing to connect to that beautiful breath, noticing how the breath is entering the body. Allow yourself to sink deeper into the pose. Finding just a few more cycles of breath here. And we'll make our way out of it by stretching the legs out long, shaking that off a bit. Reach the arms up overhead, find to lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, forward fold, grabbing whatever's accessible in the body. That can be the backs of the feet. That could be the shins or the knees. Finding the pose that works for your body today. And if you're finding any tension or tightness in your lower back, you're welcome to bend the knees slightly. And you can work on straightening the knees with each breath, but allow yourself to ease into this pose. And finding length on your inhales and finding extension in your exhales. And just enjoy the moment of the pose as you surrender deeper into your fold. Connecting to how the breath is entering the body and noticing how the breath is exiting the body. And slowly we'll make our way out of it, coming down into our pigeon pose, bending the right knee, extending the left leg straight back behind us. And you can come high up on your fingertips, taking a moment to settle in, finding a slight back bend here. And slowly make your way down towards the ground, surrendering into the pose if it feels comfortable for you. Breathing into the right hip. And you can stack the palms to rest the forehead down. And just breathe here. Surrendering here into the pose. Finding a balance between ease and effort here. making any micro adjustments as you just be in this pose in the moment. Finding a few more cycles of breath here. And we'll start to make our way out of it, coming back into a tabletop position. Maybe swaying from side to side, rolling that right knee in one direction, and rolling the knee in the opposite direction. Coming back to tabletop to set up for pigeon pose on the other side. Left knee comes in towards the left wrist, walking that right leg straight back behind you. Come high up on the fingertips, finding a slight back bend, squaring the hips off towards the front of the ground, and just making micro adjustments here. And slowly make your way into a fold over the front of the mat. Stacking the palms if that feels good to support the forehead. Breathing and releasing any tension in the left hip. And softening into the pose. Allowing the body to stay here for a few cycles of breath. Noticing how the breath is entering the body here. And keep surrendering down into the pose. Keep breathing, and we're going to slowly, mindfully start to make our way out of the pose and come to lying down on your back. Slowly make your way to bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out to the sides for our reclined bound angle pose. Your hands can be on your belly, or if it feels more comfortable, by your sides. Take slow, deep breaths, letting the body relax. Staying here in this pose for a couple of moments while the knees get heavy, anchoring down towards the earth. Feel the breath entering the body with the hands, filling the belly and expanding on the exhale, softening through the face, softening the thighs and the knees down towards the ground. Make your way slowly back to a tabletop position. And now we will work on our peak pose, working on splits, bringing that right knee in towards the chest, step it through. Shift your hips back, extending your right leg out in front of you, Toes point up towards the sky as you forward fold over your extended leg. Inhale, come back on to that front knee. And maybe you exhale to sink a little bit deeper into the pose as you extend that right leg towards the front of the mat, pointing the right toes up as you press your heel down into the ground. Breathe here. Just allow yourself to sink here in the pose. And come back into your tabletop position when you're ready, swaying those hips from side to side. And we'll do the other side. Left leg reaches back, bring the knee in towards the nose, stepping it through. Shift your hips back as you extend the left leg forward, folding over your extended left leg, pointing those toes up towards the sky. Breathe, coming back onto that front knee. Maybe you shift that left leg a little bit more forward as you extend the left leg again, draping the upper body over the lower body. Breathing here through the back of that left leg. And slowly make your way out of it. Be mindful. Just coming back into the tabletop position. And we'll make our way down towards the ground for Savasana pose, letting the arms extend by the sides of your body, separating the feet as wide as the mat. Roll the shoulders down towards the ground, letting the head be heavy. Staying here in your Savasana pose, your final relaxation pose for as long as you need. Thank you so much for joining me for day 2 of this 30-day split challenge. You can sign up below to get free daily inspiration for this challenge and be part of the yoga challenge community. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 3. Have a great day.